That's the guillotine, baby. Hello.
Hello.
I'm Callum.
And I'm Nick.
And this is
That's Eurovision, baby. Callum.
Yes. Wow. Can you believe it? We have officially got the entire lineup of songs competing at Eurovision 2026. And it's felt like an entire Eurovision season already. But
It's felt quite like my entire life.
Yes, but no, Nick. We haven't even started Eurovision yet.
Woo!
We are as early as one can be. We have just finished the pre-season.
Woo!
Woo?
Woo!
Oh? Shaggy? No, Scooby. You're Scooby.
I am Scooby.
You are the Scooby-Doo. I would say of us two, you are the Scooby.
I would say that feels
Does
right.
that make me the Shaggy?
Sure. You got all that hair.
Mr. Bombastic, Elefantastic. A bit of wordplay for you, ladies and gentlemen.
It's nice.
Now, today we've got a really special episode. Nick and I, after doing, I think, 33 song analysis and discussions, are really excited to talk about something that isn't just reacting to yet another country's entry.
Instead, we're going to be talking about the songs in an order.
Woo! So, we have also just recently had the semi-final running orders come out, which means that we are now able to do our predictions for who we think is going to qualify and not qualify for Eurovision 2026 this year.
Now, we are doing our best to be good boys. I've done some stats work because I've been on the laptop and I've been on that Google. So we are going to do our best to give you our most up-to-date, cutting-edge, factual analysis of what's going to happen.
This is vibes. This is chill. This is like, you know...
We're gonna base some of it on facts and information, but like 80% of it is just going to be like, no,
I like her. I don't like her.
Yeah, I like her. Not you.
So some qualifying statements, guys.
Qualifying statements.
Pun intended. Just because we have a song maybe that we've decided isn't going to qualify does not mean we dislike the song or we think it's bad. One thing we have definitely noticed this year is that people really don't like when you express any negativity towards a song they like. Just know we're simply just talking about a song's chance to qualify, not our personal relation to the song.
Exactly. We will try and take as much of our own personal biases as we can out of this.
There's going to be hard decisions for us.
Exactly. But ultimately, this is our ranking. You do your own.
Okay, ready? 1, 2.
Whoa.
Hopefully through the magic of TV, of online media, you will now see my beautiful graphic that I have designed.
I hope my hand is inside of it.
It'll be cut off right now.
Woo!
So this is a very simple chart, guys. You can see that if you're above the yellow line, you're qualifying. If you're below the yellow line, you're not qualifying. We are going to go through the songs from semi-final 1 in the order that they are performing. We will briefly touch upon the automatic qualifiers, but obviously as this is a semi-final qualifier video, there's not going to be much content there. And we are going to get to the end of this video with a definitive list of who is and isn't making it to the grand final of Eurovision 2026.
Callum, I really enjoy the fact that you've started in a very optimistic place because just briefly at the start here, let's live in a world where we're all qualifiers.
Yes.
Everyone's a winner. You start in qualifying.
Everyone starts in qualifying. This
until
is also,
we cut you.
This is also a bit of a spectrum too, guys. So we'll use the space closer to the line as our sort of like holding area. And the higher you get up to qualifying, it's the more certain we are going to qualify. And the lower to the bottom, the more certain we are you're probably not going to qualify. Yep. But with all that admin out of the way, shall we start with the opener of Eurovision 2026, a time-held tradition and an honor, I think, to have.
I agree.
And this year, it is going to Moldova, returning after a 1-year absence. They didn't compete last year. They're back, baby.
They had a gap year.
They went
traveling.
They are here with Satoshi and his song Viva Moldova. And I must say, this is the perfect way to open a Eurovision. I think we've seen in the past, we saw Vibe open with Rosa last year. We saw Celia Capsis open the year before. I believe Queen of the Kings Alessandra opened in 2023.
Wow, is that true?
It is true.
Wow, banger.
So the last 3 years and beyond, actually, it's clear that the EBU is wanting to start the entire Eurovision season off with an absolute bang and energy hit, and Moldova is no different. Nick, do you think that Moldova opening, being a smaller country, not necessarily getting all the fan base support around it, is that a risk? Or do you think Moldova is a guaranteed qualifier?
So I'm going to challenge that. Oh, we're on the first one and I'm already challenging. Moldova not getting the fan support. Notorious televote favourites.
That is true.
Moldova.
I take it back.
So I don't know if it's a direct path to qualification for them. Obviously, didn't compete last year, had a non-qualifier
and then didn't
year
qualify the year
before
before.
that.
Yep.
But then coming off a 3-year hot streak, I see this song. I'm happy to put this in qualifying for now.
Let's drag her up to here.
Yeah.
I think Moldova is sitting in a position of, I think, relative security.
I think people tend to enjoy the opener as well because it's kind of like the first signal of the party. It's like
agree.
it's the starting gun, and everyone's just like, remember how much fun that
and
was?
I think that having an adrenaline-filled beginning to Eurovision is such a good way to kick it off. I think there's a lot of positive sentiment around it. I love Satoshi's energy. Yeah. I love the energy of the song. And I think that people are going to really rally around this.
And notoriously, those last 3 years that you mentioned, all qualified.
All qualified. So I believe we have to go back to 2022 with Albania and Senhit as the first Eurovision opener to not qualify.
Which, in my personal opinion, should have qualified. But that's not what we're here to discuss today. Moldova, for now,
you're qualifying. We won't put you in like necessarily a guarantee, but I think in like this sort of zone of happiness.
I see this qualifying. Like, I definitely see an avenue where it doesn't qualify, but I'm pretty confident in it qualifying.
And what we did this last year, we'll do again this year. We'll do a second pass. Okay, so we're not going to necessarily have all 10 songs that go through on the first pass, but by the second pass, we'll have a better idea. So now let's move on to one of the many death slots. Second place at Eurovision, the coveted You Don't Want to Go Here, and they've given it to our girl, Felicia, from Sweden with My System.
I think that the death slot is very much a concept that has been made up by people to hide the fact that a song that they liked but maybe didn't have the popular support didn't get through.
Yeah.
I do think that second is a difficult place to win, but I've said it before. If the song is good enough to qualify, it will qualify from any slot.
Absolutely.
This song is good enough to qualify.
Yeah, I think Sweden over Moldova, I'm immediately going to put her right up here in this comfortable qualifying spot. I have a theory that the EBU, and what they're doing is really trying to market the death slots to no longer be death slots. So they're trying really hard to put songs that they know are going to qualify in second and third place to be like, see, it's not a death slot.
Yeah,
so
see, it's fine.
So let's say if a Montenegro, for example, gets a death spot in 2028, 29, whatever, it's like they can go, but look at the data.
Yeah.
So that's
everybody was fine.
That's my theory with Sweden. It's being put in the death slot as a show of confidence for it.
Yep.
Because I think that how can the song not qualify?
Look, Sweden, I think, needs no introduction in terms of their qualifying records. Essentially flawless.
Yeah, 2010, the only year they did not qualify.
Exactly. So I'm very comfortable in this one qualifying.
What about the song itself?
This song itself, I'm extremely comfortable in qualifying. Like, I don't necessarily subscribe to the fact that people are like, oh, this country will always get through because people just go for that country. I do think that people won't vote for them if they don't like the song.
Yeah. I agree.
It's just that Sweden sends really high quality music every year, and I think that this is no exception.
Absolutely. This song, it's interesting that we're going from Moldova into Sweden, like two absolute bursts of energy.
Yeah.
It's like, it's going to be a non-stop thrill ride, and I think that's going to be quite good in a running order. There won't be an ad break between songs 1 and 2, so we're going to get just wall-to-wall bangers, and I think that people will come out and support for this song. I'm not concerned about Sweden. I don't think you guys should be either, but let us know. Do you think that this could be an NQ from Sweden because it's in the death slot? For us, we're pretty confident.
It's qualifying. Move on.
Now, going from confident to slightly more scared now.
Okay.
I'll be very honest with you. We're moving to Croatia, one of our faves, Lelek with Andromeda.
Yep.
Can I tell you why I'm a bit scared?
I would love to hear it.
I think that the first half of the first semi-final is stacked. Like, it is probably...
It's kind of insane. If you are choosing to only watch one component of Eurovision this year, let it be the first half of semi-final one.
It's pound for pound the strongest songs across all halves of both semi-finals. And I fear now, and I was super confident about Croatia qualifying, and I still have hope, but my fear is that it's a song that is sandwiched between, I believe, Greece and Sweden. So usually what I get from that is this song could either be a massive sigh of relief for the audience, and that tone and quality is actually a massive boon for it, or alternatively, people are going to be like, it's the first slow song.
So...
It's not a slow song, by the way.
No, but I mean, it is a slower song.
It's just not party.
No. Can I potentially assuage your fears?
Don't assuage anything.
I'm extremely confident in this one qualifying.
Yep.
I actually think that it's kind of in the perfect slot because whoever has done the planning for this, I actually think has done it reasonably well.
I completely disagree with you.
No. So whoever from a show running perspective has done this...
I disagree.
Okay, well, you can disagree. But I think the thing is that if you have energy, and then let's remove Croatia from the situation, you've then got Greece, energy.
Yeah.
It becomes fatiguing for an audience to be at that level for that long.
Yeah.
I think that Croatia is a perfect balm in the middle.
I agree.
And I think that this song is quality enough that I don't have fears about its qualification at all.
Look,
I know that Croatia has had a rough history of qualification, especially in the last 10 years. However, I'm confident enough in this song and the quality of it and the people that will love it and appreciate the balm that it is to the songs around it. I want to say that this is qualifying.
How would you put it, above Sweden, below Sweden, or on line with Sweden?
I would put it between Sweden and Moldova.
Okay, so we're going to put it like here for now.
I am not the cemented level of confidence that I am with Sweden.
Okay.
But if I'm 100% on Sweden, I think I'm like 80% on Croatia.
Okay, I would say I'm currently 75% on Croatia.
Okay, that feels fair.
Andromeda is one of my highlight songs of the year. We were massive fans of Sólo My Soul last year.
Yeah. We
think that this song is the perfect representation for Croatia and another sign of their post-Baby Lasagna kind of focus on quality.
Yep.
I think for me, all it comes down to is in a stacked first semi-final, I worry for the songs that are not going to hit you in the face as much. But in saying that, this song is so theatrical.
Yeah.
So maybe I am being scared for nothing. I guess we'll have to wait and see. Just know I absolutely adore this song and be heartbroken if Croatia didn't qualify this year. So it's coming from a place of fear, not a place of cynicism.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shall we move on?
I think we should move on.
Well, we can make this easy.
Yeah. Greece, of course, with the wonderful Akylas and his song Ferto. It seems an inevitability at this point that this song will qualify.
This song is going to destroy the televote, and I think this has a fantastic sort of secondary layer to it where it is going to secure a lot of jury love too.
I agree, because I think that this song kind of toes the line in a way that we maybe haven't seen in a lot of the other televote fave songs, where I think that Akylas brings such a high quality vocal as well as the energy.
Yeah.
And I think that he really does himself a service by having the breakdown in the song where he really has the opportunity to sing.
His belting moment.
Yeah, provided that he can bring all of that on the day to the stage.
There is no fear in my head that one of the most beloved songs to come out of this year is going through the finale.
Yeah.
I think fourth place is not going to hamper it at all. I think it's just going... I wouldn't be surprised if this actually wins the televote for semi-final one.
Okay.
And maybe comes second or third in the jury.
I don't know if I agree with it winning the televote, based on another song that may or may not be coming later down the line.
Yeah.
But I think it will definitely be up there competing with it.
It'll rightful... Sorry, I'll take it back. I'll say it should win the televote.
Yeah.
If we lived in a just society.
So I wasn't even thinking about them.
Who are you thinking of?
Finland.
You think Finland will win a televote over Greece?
I think they could.
You crazy.
You crazy.
Oh, crazy. That's semi too.
Oh, no, well, we'll get to them later.
Well, okay, that's valid, but yeah, it's crazy. Like, I think one of the most insane parts about the first half of semi-final one is I think that the top 2 to I think a lot of the top 5 are in this first half of the semi-final.
I completely
And I'm talking
agree.
about top 5 in Eurovision 2026.
Yeah.
It becomes difficult then to separate sort of them or say what's the risk. I don't think the song has any risks going against it.
No.
I think that of all of them, Sweden has more of a risk of not qualifying than Greece. So like lock Akylas in. If you're a betting person, maybe don't bet on the song because you won't win anything back from it.
And also gambling's bad.
Gambling's bad.
But let's move on to Portugal. We've got Bandidos do Cante.
Yes.
With their song Rosa. So,
Yes.
for me, personally, and based on the fan sentiment that I've seen outside of Portugal, I'm relatively confident in this one being a non-qualifier this year.
Okay.
I think that Portugal's coming off a hot streak. They haven't not qualified in the 2020s.
Yeah.
But it does feel to me that this one maybe just doesn't have the love around it that a lot of the other entries have had.
Based on the hate we got for giving a very balanced review to this song in our last video, I would say that it has a lot of love around it.
Yeah.
It's interesting too. Something I didn't note, by the way, guys, is what I think another thing that influences our sort of performance of these songs is we can see just based on the audience data of who watches the videos. And I know a lot of them are local audience, so it's not necessarily a thing. But a song that's going to get you 10,000 views versus a song that can't break 1,000, it's a bit of an indicator of where the fan sentiment is. I would say that Portugal, I'm not willing to have it confirmed NQ just yet.
I'm like, for me, this will be the surprise qualifier as they were last year as well. I'm not willing to completely rule it out as non-qualifying from a start, but I am leaning towards that.
So
Put it on the line.
Can I give you a reason why it could be an uphill battle? Because in the first half of semi-final 1, I think that I think realistically not all of them are going to qualify. It would be crazy if the first, 7 or 8 songs all back to back qualified. That would be kind of unheard of.
Yeah.
So if we're saying that the first 4 songs are all guaranteed qualifiers, I think just law of averages, my fear is that Portugal is the one that it gets lost. However, on the flip side of talking about Croatia being a bomb, I actually think the sort of like the real quality traditionalism of Portugal might be people will pick up the phone because they don't like Greece, they don't like Sweden, they don't like Moldova. It's all too much. It's generic pop. I don't like it. Portugal comes on, finally real music, and they pick up their phone and they vote for this.
I understand why you think that. I disagree because we are not forgetting that although they are not competing for votes, Italy is 2 songs after this and I think occupies a very similar space. If you want something that feels really traditional, you're going for Italy. If you want something that feels really cultural, you're going for Croatia. I think that Portugal is not enough of either.
I don't know if I fully agree with that sentiment, but I think right now we will put it on the borderline.
Let's put it on the borderline and we'll come back to it later.
We'll come back to it. So, the 6th song in semi-final 1 is going to be Georgia, Bzikebi, with their song On Replay. Oh, it's a tough one. I just feel like Georgia... I really love this song and I really want the best for it, but I think it's drawn actually a not great spot because of what it's around. If this song was in the second half of semi-final 1 or if it was anywhere in semi-final 2, I think I'd be a lot more positive for it. But I think that if we had to... I don't know. I think my fear is that Portugal could be the qualifier to this being the not qualifier of these first ones.
Yeah, so for me, this is the semi-final where we are going to lose people who would have qualified in the other semi.
They just drawn a better slot.
Exactly. Like this is the one that I think is going to be tough. Georgia, notoriously...
They've been struggling.
They've been struggling. Like they've got a 30% qualification rate over the last 10 years.
Yeah. They used to be powerhouses, by the way.
And
they used to qualify like every year.
Yeah, and continue to be powerhouses in junior Eurovision.
That is true.
But unfortunately, in the adult version, they have not quite had the luck.
No.
This song, for me, I love this song. I think it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I do think that it will qualify, but it is the one that I'm the least confident in.
I guess the reason why I'm now even less confident about it is because...
Also conscious of the fact that it's going between Portugal and Italy. if that sways you in any way.
It's interesting, right? Because it's the same with Croatia. It's like having two completely different songs on either side of you can be a benefit or it can be a curse. I lean towards the fact that it can be a benefit because people will really appreciate the tonal shift.
Do you stand out in a good way or do you stand out in a bad way?
However, what I think this song is really having working against it is the first half of semi-final 1 is going to be wall-to-wall hits.
Yeah.
The second act is going to be tiresome. Sorry to the second act, but it's going to be a bit of a bloodbath, that second act, for who will qualify. I just think that unfortunately, I don't know if Georgia's song is going to be strong enough to make it be like, I must pick up the phone, because if I'm not mistaken, the next song you can vote for after Georgia is Finland.
Yes.
So, okay, so I reckon for Georgia, we're going to put it down here on the border with Portugal.
Yeah. Can you just put it slightly up? Just slightly.
I disagree.
Just slightly.
If you ask me, I'd put it here.
No, but
which is why we're putting it evenly, because this is a democracy.
I hate democracy.
Wow. Okay.
Burn it to the ground. Give me oligarchy or give me death.
No, we do need a bit of a revolution though.
Yeah.
But
that's a conversation for another podcast.
That's a conversation.
that's
our Zemelov.
Yeah, that's a conversation for our alternative podcast. Let's get rid of all the billionaires.
That's the guillotine, baby. Yeah. Okay, so then after this, we have our first automatic qualifier in Italy, Sal da Vinci per Simplici. We're not here to comment on what that's going to do.
We've already commented on the song. If you want to find out what our review is of it, though, we do have a video. Go have a look.
Do you think, based on Finland and Georgia, do you think Italy is going to detract or add to any of the two songs? Or is it really not going to make much of a difference?
I don't think it'll make too much of a difference. If anything, I think that the impact will be... I think that Finland is kind of beyond reproach, but we'll talk about that in a moment. I think that the main person that this is probably going to affect is going to be Portugal.
Yes.
Realistically.
Because you almost think that Georgia is going to be so tonally different that it's almost like people are going to be like...
I think that Italy and Portugal will be where you'll see your comparisons. And while people cannot vote for Italy, I do worry that if it's not even the preferred version of the type of music between those two,
oh god,
people might not be compelled.
Should we say this now? Italy and Portugal's song are entirely different genres. They are both traditional. They harken back to quality. They are romantic.
No.
They are not similar.
Yes.
Right? Jesus Christ. Just based on the comments we get. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But what we just want to say is that Eurovision, typically bombastic pop rock songs, that when you get songs that harken to much more traditional eras, they are going to be compared.
Exactly.
That's all we're saying.
Because the thing is that whether the songs are the same or not is not the question. It's whether they attract the same type of voter.
So I think, if you want my take on that, because they can't vote for Italy, will they get to the end and be like, well, then I'll vote for Portugal, and that actually helps Portugal out? We don't know.
Potential.
We'll have to see.
We'll reconsider later.
Let's move on.
Put it up there. Hurry up.
Spot 7 in the running order, or spot 8 technically, but I think it's spot 7 because they don't put a number next to the
spot 7.
Okay, we are talking about Linda and Pette with Liekinheitin. I mean, there's not even a question.
No.
I'm putting it. Do I put it slightly higher than Greece? Yeah.
Cover that NG. Put it off the screen. Look, Finland's qualifying. I think that we keep this section reasonably short because I think that there's no point deliberating over certainty. Finland's qualifying. Do with that information what you will.
It's a fact of life. The sun will rise. Finland will qualify for this year's Eurovision Grand Final.
They haven't not qualified this decade. This song is qualifying. And we will see it in the grand final. Congratulations, Linda and Pete.
Let's just quickly say, though, they really got a fantastic running order spot. They got first half of first semi-final, and they got, I believe, the latest possible part of that first half.
Yes.
So that's a fantastic, vote of confidence.
Tell me this, though.
Yes.
Did they need this slot? Or could this have been given to someone who needed the support of being in the middle a little bit more?
I don't know. And honestly, I think it's sort of reductive at this point because honestly, this first half is so stacked. That
Where are we going to put him?
Where are we putting it?
Yeah, exactly.
I think why not put him in a spot that gives them a heap of momentum going into the grand final? Because How nice to see a country like Finland or Greece take out the crown this year. I think they're two countries that are super deserving of it.
Yeah.
And I think that both of them have locked in their spot. But yeah, an incredible running order for Finland this year. I think that after the run of songs, Portugal, Georgia, Italy, we're also going to have like that's going to blow the roof off of Vienna, and I think it's going to go down like crazy. There's not much more to say.
No,
this song is iconic. They're iconic. We love it.
Shall we jump over then?
Yes.
To our next song.
Our first song of the second half of the first semi-final.
Thank you for that.
And I didn't think it was that important, but apparently people find these things important.
Okay.
People are angry that Montenegro is being screwed over again because it's gone the earliest possible slot of the second half. And I'm just like,
Okay, let's talk about that because, Montenegro, our dears, our divas, currently the worst qualification record of the entrants competing this year in the last 10 years anyway.
Poor guys.
Very rough. They're coming off five nothings in a row, 20%. So 2 songs out of their last 10 have qualified.
That's crazy.
Is Tamra the one to change the tides? Sources. Callum. Speak to my sources, Callum.
What are your sources say?
My sources are saying, maybe.
That's not my sources don't give me... My sources say, I don't know.
My sources said, please top up your credit. You are calling on an international 9.
I think we want this to qualify.
I want this to qualify so badly.
What you want isn't necessarily what you're going to get.
And that is very true. But I want this to qualify badly. I'm not sure if I understand the sentiment of this being a bad slot.
Can I tell you what the sentiment is?
I would love to hear it.
Let's have an education moment right here, guys. If you know how this works, skip to... I'll timestamp and you can skip on. Every country is dedicated a pot, and the pot is to group countries that are likely to vote with each other together.
Okay.
Those pots are then split up intentionally to make sure that, for example, not every Nordic country is put in a single semi-final.
Okay.
That is intentional.
Yeah.
That is then put into the second randomizer system, where every country is drawn out in either the first semi-final or the second semi-final, and either the first half or the second half.
Yeah.
Right? So you'll be first half, second semi-final, etc.
Yeah.
The producers are then able to control your positioning in anywhere in those first 7 songs or second 6 or 7 songs.
Yeah.
That is up to their discretion to make what they consider to be the best running of the show, and that will take into account things like this song has a big ass prop, so we might have to put this after a song that doesn't have a massive prop, or we might have to put an ad here or stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it's and also similarly, so we can open the show with energy and not accidentally open with a ballad because we left it random. The logic behind people being upset with Montenegro's drawing is because Montenegro was in the death slot last year and typically doesn't draw super well in the finals or the semi-finals, sorry.
Yeah.
So they drew second half, and if the producers wanted to maybe throw them a bone, your chances of qualifying are huge when you're in like the late teens.
Yeah.
They have been put in the earliest possible slot that they could possibly ask for.
Yeah.
And people online who are a bit obsessed with discourse think that is an act of sabotage to yet again see Montenegro not qualify. Does that make sense?
That makes sense, and thank you, Callum, for that little educational lesson.
Cut that whole entire part out of this video.
I liked that.
So, in regards to Montenegro, I think that, yes, it's a pretty good slot for it, critiques aside. I think the one negative against it is it going to be overshadowed by how insane Finland is going to be? And therefore... lose votes because people will maybe see something that by comparison is going to be a little bit less impactful.
Yeah.
Tamara's command said her staging is going to resemble what we saw at Montesong, but just with a lot more budget behind it.
Yeah.
So that's probably going to be few props, but lots of choreo.
And it's not going to be a stage on fire.
Yes,
and
exactly. And floating chairs and things like that.
And
so
papers.
Maybe what's going to happen is Montenegro might be seen by comparison to Finland's level of production quality as a step down. However, I think that what Montenegro has done so well this year, because it's one of our favorites, is they've leaned into a really current cool pop sound.
Yep.
And I hope it gets rewarded for it. I think another massive positive going in Montenegro's favor is going from like Portugal and Italy and having these kind of like more mid-tempo songs now starting to get introduced. Montenegro's pop sensibilities aren't going to be overshadowed. Like if this song was going where Croatia's going, I would be a lot more worried about Montenegro. But because there's now space, I think that having the capacity, and I would say Finland isn't really competing with Montenegro's space
I think
in genre.
that I agree. I think they're bringing something different. I'm
going to put it, just for now, I'll move it out of the way. I'm just going to put it lower than Moldova.
This is the one...
But it's in a qualifying spot.
It's crazy because this is the one I probably want to qualify the most, but it is the one that I potentially have the least confidence in to do so.
For me, because I guess like I feel a level of confidence towards Sweden and Greece and Finland, like my massive favorites, I think for me Montenegro is the one that if I were a voting person, I'd want to vote for just to see them through because I really love this song. I would love to see Montenegro get rewarded at Eurovision. And I really hope that the shadow of Finland doesn't affect it too much. However, talking about the next song, this might actually greatly help Montenegro because I think...
Don't disagree.
I think it's time to talk about act number 9. Estonia, Vanilla Ninja with Too Epic to Be True.
And that is what I'm sure people will be saying about the chances of them qualifying.
And I think this is the first one that I don't even think I have to discuss too much.
No.
I'm sorry, Estonia, but I don't see it for you this year. I think this is the first one where I don't even think there's much debate.
No, I think like if this one doesn't come last in the semi or second last, I think I will be quite surprised.
Yes.
I understand that there is a certain sentimentality around this song for Estonians, being that Vanilla Ninja seems to be like I guess a bit of Estonian music royalty.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Estonians cannot vote for this song and the rest of the world from, admittedly, the drunken batshit ramblings of the Twitter universe. The general consensus of the world's opinion of this song is not the one that is shared by Estonians.
I think this song just lacks energy to be considered like... It lacks vision. It's a bit naff. It's a bit dated. It's going to just struggle. I think people are going to listen to this song, and this is where I think Montenegro could benefit from Estonia. I think if people are watching in a row, there might be a really good chance for people to be like, oh, this isn't great. Estonia actually sounded really good.
Montenegro
sounded really good.
Montenegro, it wasn't Finland, but it wasn't Estonia.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, Vanilla Ninja. I just don't think you're going to... the jury is not going to vote for this song. I'll just tell you that much right now. This song is going to get single digits in the jury. And I think the only thing that could help here is the televote. I believe that Vanilla Ninja had a level of success in Germany and maybe Austria.
Okay.
And Germany is in the semi-final.
Yes.
So maybe there's some votes to be gained there. I don't think many. So yeah, maybe there's some loose German love for Vanilla Ninja, but I think that's...
Gotta get into that loose German love.
I think that's the extent of it. Okay. 10th song, Israel. They're qualifying. 11th song. Are we going to Germany now?
Yes. So we have a little break for Germany, and then we move on to Belgium.
So do you think quickly that Germany's placement could impact Belgium? You've got a very kind of high energy pop song against a much darker sort of like moody song.
Look, I think that Germany and Belgium will naturally get some comparisons sitting right next to each other.
Because their flags are like this, but 90 degrees different.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's crazy.
I don't really see Germany having too much impact because the thing is that I don't think that the song for Germany this year has the biggest audience where people are like clamoring for it.
I think that it could just be, does the energy of a kind of more kind of traditional pop performance impact this? My answer is no.
My answer is no. If anything, maybe a slight benefit to Belgium because it makes their song, I guess, seem a little bit more interesting.
I respect that. I think the contrast maybe gives the song a little bit more of that quality edge.
Yeah.
But for Belgium, we're talking about Essyla with Dancing on the Ice.
Yes.
We weren't the biggest fans of this song in our review video.
Yes, we were probably a little bit mean. To be fair, we were, I think, quite hungover and had to record in a hotel.
We weren't hungover. We were just uncomfortable. And
yeah. Sorry. Yeah, we were a bit sick.
Yeah.
We were laid in a bed. So sorry, Belgium.
Anyway, we can skip that part. But I think the main thing here is that I think that Belgium is suffering, I think, from I don't think the sound they're going for is resonating in the Eurovision community.
No.
They've now been on a 2-year NQ streak.
Yes.
And I think that both with Musti and Red Sebastian, they've gone down quite a sort of cool element.
Yeah.
I will say one was the Flemish broadcaster, one was the French broadcaster, so they don't talk too much with how they're going to choose.
No.
It's just interesting that they both went down these sort of like kind of darker pop routes and didn't get rewarded for it. And we're seeing Belgium yet again go down a darker pop route. And I personally think they're also not going to get rewarded for it again. So
yeah. So I personally think that if we were going to see this sort of song formula succeed for Belgium, one of the previous 2 entries would have been the ones to do that, because I do think that the 2 years they haven't qualified,
they were better songs.
I would argue that they were stronger packages than what we saw, what we're seeing from
And I
Belgium
worry
this year.
about even just in a music video, Essyla lacked a lot of presence. And I'd say that in a music video where you can fake that, do as many takes as you need, you have perfect vocals to do, to even get a sense of like a lacking presence is concerning to me. I'm going to put Belgium below the line.
I am
I'll put him
reasonably
here for now.
Like, I'm reasonably confident that this one isn't going to qualify.
I'm not seeing it for Belgium this year. I think it'll sadly be a 3-year NQ streak, but I think Belgium feels like the kind of country that could pull a bit of a Switzerland and understand its funk and then just like do this very
exactly.
soon.
Like, I think that there will be a time for Belgium where they just it clicks.
Yes.
I don't think it's this year.
It is not this year, guys.
But we will have to see, won't we?
We'll have to see Ceccah. Because our next entry, was that good? Did you like that?
I liked that. That was beautiful.
Our next entry, the 12th position in the running order, we're talking Lithuania, Lion Ceccah with Sólo quiero más.
I'm nervous.
I'm nervous too.
So if you watched our Lithuania video, we are big fans.
We love this song.
And we love Lion Ceccah as well. He's fantastic.
Sorry for calling you Lion Catcher for so long.
We are simple English-speaking boys, and we're not very good at international pronunciations. But Lithuania, 5 years, 5 qualifications.
Yeah, every year in the 2020s, right?
Yeah, they have qualified with 80% of their last 10 songs. So
Good.
8 out of the last 10.
Great.
That being said, the last song for them that didn't qualify was called Run with the Lions. Conspiracy. I love this song so much, but I'm worried that it maybe is a little bit too slow burn for a 3-minute performance where it is sandwiched between someone's drunk auntie from San Marino and homegirl from Belgium.
So, but this is why I actually think Lithuania, I'm going to say something controversial yet brave. I think Lithuania is the only country in the second half of the semifinals. Actually, there's one more that I'm very confident in. I think Lithuania is the country that is benefiting the most from being
where it is.
in the flop half. Because, let's be real.
Don't call it
It's the flop half. Guys, it's the flop half. Let's be real here. I think this is on the borderline for discussion. This is another borderline country.
Yeah.
But I am more positive about Lithuania's chances than I think a lot of the general consensus is, because I think in this drought of a second half, of all the countries except for the closer, but we'll get to that, of all the countries, I just think Lithuania is the one that really sticks out. And I think that if they invest in good staging and they really let this song sit in its experimental coolness, I think you're going to get a lot of really interested people vote for this. It is going to turn a lot of people off. People are not going to like this song. I do not deny that. But I think this song is going to do very well in a jury score. Jury's back in the semi-final. And I think that tired people are going to finally wake up to this song.
I really enjoyed that little dissertation that you just gave, and I think that you have convinced me. I agree with you.
Notice I don't have it out of borderline.
No.
So it's like, yeah.
I think that we leave it in the borderline for now, but your words have stirred within me an emotion that I did not know that I was capable of. That is empathy and learning.
That is.
I agree with you. I think let's leave it there for now, and we'll jump over.
Yeah, let's do an easy one.
Yeah. San Marino, Senhit, and allegedly Boy George with their song I can't even remember what it's fucking called.
There you are.
Superstar. Yeah. So, since you two had such a brave take on Lithuania, I might
give you a brave take.
I might go.
Next brave take is actually...
So, keep going. Yep.
Oh, no. Oh, no. My screen. I think it's fine. Guys, I'm so sorry if it's now suddenly slightly off center. Roll with it. It's a live production.
I think that San Marino and Senhit are bringing all of the same drunk auntie at a wedding energy that she brought to 2021.
Just worse.
But worse. Her support act in terms of like Boy George from Florida, worse.
Much worse.
The song itself, worse. As people who love and adore Senhit after seeing her live in Brisbane.
And I do love the drag queen energy of this song. I will still say that. It has positives, but it's just so...
Yeah.
It's just not good enough. I'm sorry. If we're talking about songs needing to hit a caliber, this song is failing at just hitting a quality assurance. This and Estonia are just failing to hit a quality assurance thing. I'm like...
I also take umbrage with the fact that the version that's being used on the Eurovision channel has dubbed vocals over the top.
We did speak about that in the review.
Like,
is that going to affect where you think it's going to place?
Look, that specific thing, no.
Yeah.
But I just have concerns about even San Marino's willingness to put their eggs in this basket.
Yeah. I think San Marino was super happy to qualify last year, and they've said, that's fine.
Yeah.
We can sit a grand final out.
Exactly.
I'm sorry to Senhit. You seem lovely. Boy George, you don't seem lovely.
Woo!
This song, I just don't think has the quality to make it through to a grand final.
I agree.
And I also think its placement isn't great. I think it's sort of buried in this end game mush where people are going to be maybe getting a little bit tired. I think they're going to really come off the adrenaline rush of the first half, and by this point they're just looking for something interesting.
That was my favorite Avengers movie, actually, Endgame Mush. I'm going to be honest, I don't really know how to segue from that, so let's just move on instead to Poland. We've got Alicia with her song Pray.
The only song that makes me want to shimmy this year.
Oh, we need a shimmy song. I'm nervous for this song. Not because we do not like it, because we love it. It's a good song. I just worry that it comes on too strong.
We said in our review, and we stand by it, that this has the bones of a really good song, let down by the fact that A, it doesn't know how to end, and so it just doesn't, she just belts and then it ends. We don't like that.
Yeah.
B, the live performance wasn't very good. Like, there was some really good choreography, but really...
Vocally, it was fantastic.
But just really bad staging and stage presence. I don't know, and I've seen fan sentiment, and even just based on like the people watching our videos, the fan sentiment seems to kind of not look positively on this song this year.
Look, I'll be honest with you, like, Poland have some of the craziest fans out there. They are so impassioned by their entries. They are so passionate. I have not seen that this year from
this song
them.
and that's a very good point. There has been so little fanfare about this song.
Yeah.
And I think because of that, if you would allow me, I think this is like a here.
Yeah, like this... Again,
would you agree? It's like, it's not qualifying, but it's at the borderline.
I think it's at the borderline, but I'm not confident in the qualification chances for this one. But you know what? Can you shimmy her back up?
Well, shimmy her back up for now, because... Sorry to Alicia, that's probably our thoughts on that. I think it's an uphill battle for you this year. I do think, though, let's talk about our final song, because thank God we're ending with Serbia, Lavina, with Krajmene. And let's make it easy for ourselves. I'd say this song is... Okay, sorry, shuffling work.
Yeah,
I'm going to put Croatia ever so slightly lower, because I think outside of the big three this year, I think Serbia is the strong fourth.
Can I disagree and suggest that you swap Croatia and Serbia?
I disagree. Okay,
will you talk to me about that?
Well, let's put them here.
Let's put them equals.
Okay, they're equals right now. Our Balkan divas. The reason I don't necessarily agree is Croatia's spot is concerning me. Serbia's spot is not.
Yeah.
And so just based on that is the only reason why I think they're equal. This song, I think, is absolutely qualifying this year. Not only is it the only song of what I can look at my list that is leaning into heavy and rock and dark, which is going to attract all the people who constantly vote for that genre.
Yeah.
But it's going last. It's ending in a bang, but not in a way that's necessarily ending with pop. It's ending with him screaming is going to be the most incredible moment.
This is going to be a song that people are going to remember coming out of this.
Absolutely.
I'm excited because obviously just a little blip on the radar for Serbia last year, but other than that, they've only not qualified one other time in the last 10 years.
Huge powerhouse in Eurovision.
Yeah.
Like a bit of an underrated powerhouse.
Yeah.
But they qualify consistently.
Exactly. And I think that this is no exception. This song is fantastic. Like, Lavina seem like sweeties as well.
I love the band. We love the song.
Yeah.
Like, it's not really our genre that we listen to much, but like, go watch our video.
Yeah.
We're just really impressed by it.
Yeah.
And I just think that this song has sort of had the stars align for it in that, like, it's not going to be screwed over by a bad position. It's going to be able to leave a mark that makes it super memorable. I think this is going to score extremely well in the televote.
Agree.
I'm not worried. It's a lock.
I could also see this doing very well in a jury.
Yes. Fantastic points for you, Serbia. Okay, guys, we now have in the 9 flags you're going to see. So 9 flags qualifying because 10 songs. We have 7 that we think we're confident enough to say are going to qualify. Right now, that is Sweden, Greece, Finland, Croatia, Serbia, Moldova, and Montenegro. We have 2 more songs to join this list that we have to pick out of the 4 we've considered the borderline, which is Portugal, Georgia, Lithuania, and Poland. Sorry to Estonia, Belgium, and San Marino.
You are not currently being considered for our personal qualification. At this time.
We do not think you're qualifying. I've seen points for Estonia and Belgium qualifying. Sorry, San Marino. That's fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. But for us, we think the other 4 are more competitive.
Yep.
So we need to choose just 2 from that are qualifying and 2 that we think are not. Nick, give me one of the 4 you don't think is going to qualify.
I do fear that this is not the year for Poland.
I was going to say Poland too. We're sorry, Poland. We are going to sadly demote you to non-qualifying at this time.
I just don't see it for them.
I don't see it either for them. I'm genuinely very sorry. We loved Gaia. We loved Justina.
Yeah.
Can I put a song of the 3 I think is qualifying?
Yeah.
I think Lithuania.
I'm happy to back you
Georgia
in for Lithuania.
and Portugal are both in the first half, and if we look at our 4 non-qualifyings, they're all in the second half. I think that we need to be pragmatic and acknowledge that there's going to be one song not qualifying in the first half. So I actually think that bodes extremely well for Lithuania.
I agree. I'm happy to have Lithuania there. I'm excited for them to continue this legacy run they're having.
Okay.
So it leaves us with Portugal and Georgia as our remaining potentialists.
I have an opinion on this.
You want to put Portugal in?
I don't want to.
Yep.
I think of the 2, Portugal's the qualifier. Just based on sonically, if I look at this package in front of us right now when the qualifying, Portugal feels the most relevant. However, points against Portugal is that it's coming earlier in the running order. And I think if I'm just looking at the facts now.
Well, they're coming right next to each other.
If Portugal qualifies, that means all 5 of the first songs qualify. Whereas if Georgia qualifies, that means only the first 4 songs. So like just based on a statistics thing, I think Portugal's less favored. Based on a songs and fan response and just general audience, I think Portugal's more favored.
Do we think though that Bzikebi is enough to break Portugal's 5-year qualifying
that's
streak?
what I'm saying. I prefer Bzikebi's song. Sorry. I think that they are charming and I would love to be wrong here. But if I'm just basing it off running order, I could see a world in which the first 5 songs this year qualify and the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, the first 7 of 8 qualify, which is crazy. But I think that Georgia, oh God, I don't want to do it. It breaks my heart. I really want this song to qualify, but I think Portugal's yet again going to do the thing where the quality is going to speak for itself, and Georgia's brand of pop, dance pop, is maybe going to fade a little bit.
So the craziest thing is that I came into this, with a preconceived notion, but after the discussion here today, like, my preconceived notion was that Portugal wasn't going to qualify. I think
I don't want to. I'm doing what I think it will happen. Should we do it? I hate it. I hate it. And I'll
No, take it back. Put Georgia up there.
Why? You don't get that until you earn it. You need to tell. Well, it's true.
Wow.
You don't just get to do it because you like it. I think we have to make hard decisions here. We have two beloved countries at Eurovision. We have one country that struggles to qualify at the best of times. They are putting their best foot forward this year, and they absolutely deserve to be rewarded. But we have a song that, if I put this up here, that's a diverse mix of songs. If I take this away, I don't think this represents...
Okay, put Portugal up there.
I just hate that I'm saying that. Again, we have to take our preferences out of it. I think if it was our preference, guys, we would probably have Georgia and Portugal swapped, and I would That's probably it. I think that's the only one that I would swap. We'll put, if we're doing a little pyramid down here, I do think Belgium and Georgia are... Oh, no, actually, I would say...
Poland and Georgia are at the top.
Poland and Georgia are at the top of the pyramid for us. Just want to rotate you.
Oh, you do an angle.
Yeah. I think for us, Poland and Georgia are at the top of the pyramid. I think Estonia, San Marino at the bottom of the pyramid. I think Belgium sits somewhere in between.
I don't know. Estonia for me is at the bottom of the pyramid.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it. Are you happy with this? Are we locking it in?
I'm not happy, but that's okay. It's not right, but it's okay, as the great Whitney Houston once said.
If I had to be honest, I would say Moldova, Montenegro, Lithuania, and Portugal are all... if one or two of these four didn't qualify, I think it wouldn't be a shock. I'd be sad, but it wouldn't be a shock.
It won't. We won't be going to the breaking news bulletin.
No. And I think if say Georgia qualified over even Lithuania or Montenegro, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yep.
I need Montenegro to qualify.
I need Montenegro to qualify. I mean, fuck me. Montenegro needs Montenegro to qualify.
So, is this a good place to wrap it?
This is it, guys, for our semi-final one.
So, we are predicting in our crystal ball with 60% accuracy.
Yep.
Sweden, Greece, Finland, Croatia, Serbia, Moldova, Montenegro, Lithuania, and Portugal as our qualifiers from semi-final one. And sadly, we have Poland, Georgia, Estonia, Belgium, and San Marino as our non-qualifiers from semi-final one. We'd love to be proven wrong on maybe one or two of these songs, but that is just what our hearts and the data is telling us.
Yeah.
Though, let us know. What do you think is qualifying? Yeah. What of those borderline entries do you think would you swap out? Keep it classy. Keep it nice in the chat. Again,
keep it cute.
Us saying a song isn't qualifying isn't saying we don't like the song. We think it's crap. So please don't get weirdly defensive about that sort of stuff. Because it happened.
Yeah. But I think that wraps us up nicely. We will see you guys for semi-final 2.
Yes.
But before we go... If you have enjoyed this video, please do not forget to subscribe to this channel. We are edging our way closer to 1,000 subscribers, and we would love to hit it before the end of the year. And if you enjoyed it, well, what's the point in not subscribing?
We want to hit it by Eurovision, Diva.
Yeah, we want to see everything that's going on in your world and show you what's going on in ours. So don't forget to subscribe, give this video a like, get down in the comments and let us know your ins and your oots. But for now, we will wrap it, and we'll see you again for semi-final 2.
Semi-final 2.
Bye, guys.
Did you like that? I should have created a semi-final 1 song now.
Semi-final 1.
Semi-final 2.
Felicia?
Yeah.